The first casualty of the bank's $2 billion blunder was its chief investment officer, Ina Drew, a 30-year veteran of JPMorgan Chase and one of the highest-ranking women on Wall Street, resigned this morning. Drew oversaw the division responsible for the $2 billion loss. The bank's stock tumbled another 3% today, and CEO Jamie Dimon has been rushing to do damage control.
In hindsight, we took far too much risk. The strategy we had was barely vetted. It was barely monitored. It should never have happened.
But the bad trades are still active, and the bank is still racking up losses, which could reach another $1 billion or more, says Michael Greenberger, an expert on derivatives and former federal regulator.
It's almost as if you bet that the New York Yankees are going to win the World Series, and now that you see they're in last place in the American League East, you want to get out of the bet. The person you bet with is not going to let you out, and that's the position they're in.
At the same time, Dimon's also doing damage control on his own reputation.
Not only was he the golden boy of Wall Street, but he was leading a very effective charge to undo Dodd-Frank.
Dodd-Frank is the federal law designed to prevent another financial crisis. Under Dimon, JPMorgan Chase has spent more than $21 million the past 3 years on lobbying, the most of any bank, much of it spent to water down those new regulations. Records of Federal Reserve meetings show that as recently as this February, a team of JPMorgan Chase executives, including Ina Drew, lobbied the Fed staff about Dodd-Frank's so-called Volcker rule, which would prevent banks from making speculative bets. They urged the rule be modified. Drew is not expected to be the only casualty at JPMorgan Chase. At least 2 traders are expected to get the axe as well. And CEO Jamie Dimon will undoubtedly face some angry shareholders at the bank's annual meeting tomorrow.
Anthony, let's be clear. JPMorgan Chase is not in danger.
No, $2 billion is a lot of money, Scott, but this is the biggest bank in the country by assets. They have a $2.3 trillion asset sheet.
You know, Jamie Dimon is one of the most respected bankers in the country. If this can happen to him, what does that tell you?
Well, this suggests, Scott, that the bank may not, it's too big to fail, we know that, but it may also be too big to manage. That's the issue here, and there are increasing calls for these big banks to be broken up. That has risen again.
Thank you, Anthony.